What's up guys, James here from ExoForma. In this video, I wanted to show you how you could clean your undercarriage, your tire, and your wheel, all using just one liquid, and then the various tools you could use to help you. So the liquid that we're gonna be using is ExoForma Tire and Wheel Cleaner. It's a great cleaner just to do anything all around below the paint. It's perfect, very strong. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use it in this foamer today. I have the foamer filled about 2/3 of the way up to the line, and we're gonna fill it up the rest of the way with tire and wheel cleaner, which is probably plenty to do 2 or 3 cars if you just wanna keep a foamer filled with this liquid at all times. So that's gonna end up being a ratio of about 2 to 1. You'll see as I get going here, it's really convenient to use a foamer. It's so much easier than sitting there and pulling the trigger a ton of times. And it helps you make sure that the cleaning liquid is dispersed all over the entire wheel. So the first thing we're gonna wanna do is make sure we get everything wet before we start foaming it. You also want to make sure that your wheels aren't hot at all. Make sure they're completely cool to the touch, or else the cleaning liquid will start doing weird things once it comes in contact with the wheel, and you might potentially have to end up polishing it out. We don't want you to have to do that, so make sure that the wheels are completely cool. So we'll pump it up a handful of times, and then we'll spray it on the wheel. Now the first thing I like to do is clean the tire, and then don't rinse it off, just let it dwell on there and help it get all the grease and grime outside of the rubber of the tire. For that, we're gonna use the Undercarriage Brush. This is a great brush, it's really stiff bristle, so you could use it on the undercarriage or the tire, but you're not gonna wanna use it on the face of the wheel, especially if you have painted wheels, you don't wanna scratch it or anything. So we're gonna try to keep it away from there. Now we're gonna let that sit there for a minute and get back to it later. So as far as cleaning the wheels, you wanna make sure you have a really soft brush for the face of the wheel. We do have a wheel brush on the website. It's very soft, it won't inflict any damage on the painted surface. And we'll start going at the wheel with that. I'm gonna give it a little more foam. And now we can let that just sit there for a minute. And I'm gonna take this detail brush and I'm gonna get it right around these lug nuts, because you could get a lot of dirt build up in there. The wheel cleaner is really strong, so you don't have to give it a lot of pressure or anything like that. We're just knocking it loose and making sure that the cleaner gets all over all the surfaces. And right there, that should be plenty to clean the face of the wheel. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it a step further and we're gonna clean the barrel of the wheel. So what we have here is this bend brush, which is nice because it helps you get behind certain parts of the rim. You could reach literally anywhere inside the wheel, but it's nice and long, so you could get deep into the barrel where there's a ton of brake dust building up and things like that. And then just reach it right in there. We have these in different sizes depending on what the face of your rim looks like and what you can fit through there. This one might be a little big for what we're doing right here, but I don't have one of the other ones on hand, so we're gonna keep using it. And now we're gonna come back to the tire now that that has had some time to kind of pull any dirt or debris or grease or anything out of the tire. Now we're gonna go back over it again and do the same thing. And this will make sure that it's nice and clean when we're done. As you can see, this time when we're going around, the soap looks a lot cleaner than it did the first time. That's because the wheel has gotten a lot cleaner from the first time. Now we're gonna put a little more in the undercarriage and finish that up. All right, now we should be good to rinse everything down. And there you have it, a perfectly clean wheel, and all we had to use was one liquid. We didn't have to use something different for the undercarriage, then something different for the tire, and something different for the wheel. All we used was ExoForma tire and wheel cleaner and a handful of tools to help us. Now you're set to put on your favorite tire dressing or anything you might want to do to protect the wheel to make it even easier to clean next time.